after such an inspiring talk, and we talking would be less importance. And who doesn't know this story, and what sort of magnificent stories that we have built, and how Vande Bharat has actually made us pride. And we all know, sir, thank you so much for bringing this to and reliving the story with all of us. And I should also say that you have made it much more interesting and much more inspiring to all of us to listen to, though it's been nth time that you have been narrating this story, and thanks for all that. And rightly, you have actually made my job. You have set the context for what I'm talking about, I'm going to talk about, and for which we are here, and we are also part of. Thanks for ET Infra for giving us this opportunity to being part of this event. I am Venkat here, representing Arcadis. We are a Netherlands-based company, but in India, operating in India in the transportation domain for almost like 18 years now. And I myself, I'm a transportation engineer, and one thing, it's very nostalgic, thanks to the anchor. I've been part of railways. The blood that flows is all railways for me. My grandfather has served railways, my father has served railways, and my uncles are serving railways. And it's been very nostalgic for me to be amongst you all and to talk about this in front of fathers of Indian Railways who have made us pride. Thank you once again for this opportunity. Especially, I think safety being a paramount importance, and as rightly said, there's so much amount of data that is actually getting generated today from Indian Railways. Every element of bit of device is actually generating a lot of data, and every passenger is generating so much of data. Every movement of the train is generating so much of data, and as rightly put forward by you, sir, I think it's important that now we have to harness this data, and also to make sure that we save lives much more than anything else. Even for the value of life that we give, it's important, and it's onerous on us to actually make sure that we use this data at every stage. So today I'm going to talk about most importantly the role of an asset management system, how it actually has helped us serve most of our clients, of course, across the globe, but we are yet to explore this opportunity, and we are about to start exploring in Indian market. And we have seen that it has really benefited our clients, and we have been able to drive through this data-driven decisions and data-driven maintenance of the components of railways, and how to enhance the life of the whole infrastructure. And I'm going to nurture the entire story around this concept. So quickly about Arcadis. Arcadis is almost about close to 130 plus years of old company, built on big value system, and it's been thriving for so long in serving its customers. And primarily the motto is we are here to solve the customer problems, and then how to unleash the human capital and the digital innovation capabilities, plus thriving on sustainability, are the three important value systems that we have been trying to push forward our solutions across the globe. And we are about 36,000 people serving across the globe, and rest the numbers speak, and we are spread across multiple domains. In India, we are about 18 years old, as I told, but more importantly, we have been involved only on niche projects, especially trying to, like for example, the problem that we are currently solving is the traffic problem in Bangalore. We are engaged in the last 1 year with Bangalore Traffic Police, and I know, I think once you talk of Bangalore, traffic nightmares are the only things that come to anybody's mind. So we are trying to be where the problem is, and we are trying to see how innovation and digital technologies help. And similarly, we have been with Orissa Mining Corporation trying to help them come out of their inefficiencies associated with the production and throughput problems and safety problems, of course. And we have been associated with the highway authorities trying to solve the safety problem. Every day there are about 400 lives that we are actually losing, and it's one of the biggest problems that the humankind in India is actually facing. And we are happy and also proud to be part of such important problems that we are trying to be solving, and somehow and that's something, the reason why more so we are now trying to get into Indian Railways as well, and try to see how best we can have our Indian minds help solve this safety and asset life enhancement things. So I think this is all known to all of us, being railwaymen, and it's well documented also and factual challenges that we actually have in terms of railways, especially associated with the infrastructure. One, it's aging. Second, there's a lot of fragmented data, like what sir has already talked about. And maintenance practices, no doubt, I think railwaymen take pride in whatever they do. And in fact, the only other organization that I see, in fact, I was talking to another retired Lieutenant General the other day, and he was the kind of pride an army man shows. I was actually the only other organization in the country that can show up is railways, right? Naam, Namak or Nishan was what he was talking, that we don't talk about that, but we are the only one other organization we can take the pride being a railwayman. And while we take that pride, I think there is a lot of scope for improvement, and there is a scope for continuous learning, and use of technology is actually going to bring in a lot of efficiencies, what we strongly believe. And there's a lot of operational inefficiencies. I think you know it all. I don't need to emphasize much on that. Of course, the safety concern is already indicated too, because of the infrastructure challenges that we have. And last I actually saw, I remember, was the 2016 Kanpur series of rail accidents that happened in near Kanpur, was a eye-opener thing, which actually led to transformation in the maintenance of track infrastructure, is what I remember that story in those days, way back. And that's where we realized that how adopting innovative methods and adopting our transformational methods of actually maintenance can actually help prevent accidents. But unfortunately, this has not been continued, or in terms of the learning has not grown much bigger from what we have started our journey then. And that's where I feel like we need to look at better solutions and innovative solutions. And I think this slide talks about the railway asset life cycle, which I'm sure all of you know. I would not to spend much time, but important is that every step in this process has a role for digital intervention, and also the process intervention and a people intervention. And we strongly believe that only system or technology interventions are not the only thing that actually is going to bring a big change, but it's important that the process and the people also need to work together with the system to make sure that the end outcomes are actually met. I think that's where the point we are actually trying to drive. And one of the important things that I keep telling at all the forums and also to our team is that technology is not an end in itself. Technology is only a means, and we need to make sure that we adopt the means to actually achieve the outcomes. So we should not leave sight of the outcomes in the whole scheme of things. More importantly, when we have been interacting with our customers across the globe, and we are trying to work with them, there are 4 different personas we worked with, and we have been able to document the pain points. And of course, I'm sure some of you are actually playing one of the roles, and we would like to again reaffirm the same pain points what we all go through, like whoever is actually responsible for the asset management and operation and maintenance of the assets, and people who are actually dealing with the IT side of the story, and they get to also be cornered at most of the times that though they have spent so much of money, where is the outcome? And they are being made responsible for the KPIs. So quite often we actually say that though we say like when there is a calamity or there is a bad news that actually comes, we end up shooting the messenger rather than actually looking at the message. So most of the times the IT guys end up being a scapegoats of the bad news that we always have. And of course, strategic financial architects, every organization, we actually see that the finance team plays a very important role. And like I've also was going through the budgetary allocation, sir, that what you showed us, out of the total outlay of some few lakh crores, we have actually about 375 crores set up for the computerization or digitization that we actually have. So I'm sure, I'm not trying to complain about the volume or the value of that, but the IT has the power for that small investment to give you a much bigger output or an outcome or a KPI performance that it can actually provide for. So I think that's the power of an IT, that IT and digitization can play a big role in achieving our outcomes that Indian Railways or Metro Rail authorities are actually trying to face through. So how can an asset management help? And I'm not trying to teach to you all about what asset management, you all know it better, but I'm trying to share some of the stories what my colleagues across the globe have been trying to narrate to us, and then trying to push through to driving through us when we actually told them that we are trying to look for opportunities in India. And these are 5-6 things that we experienced, and this is all from our experience, what we realized that it can actually help enormously in the maintenance management, in making sure that the people repeated processes are actually automated, and then there is an innovation that can actually come in when you're trying to face new things in our operational and day-to-day life. I think that's one of the important things that we see, it actually helps. And the second important lesson or important thing that we have realized, the benefit that can good asset management solution can help is in compliance management. I'm sure you all know a checklist manifesto how it can actually help that we don't ensure that we don't miss out on things. Compliance is one of the most important things that can actually help in enhancing the safety and also in making sure the major risks are mitigated as a process. And the other important thing that we realized was, like what sir was also mentioning about the different types of data in different formats, wide variety, wide veracity of the data that is actually coming in. The good asset management system definitely can bring all these data into one digital library, and then actually can make wonders work for us when we know that we are actually able to utilize this data to its best. So integration of the data and the systems together is one of the key important ingredient of a good asset management system, which would actually also help in bringing a lot of planning interventions to prevent big hazards from actually happening. And more importantly, any system without fixing the accountability of the people is of no use. Like for example, when we implemented the traffic management system in Hyderabad, or the automation solution that we implemented in mining, or a highway traffic management in Indian highways, one of the important things that has driven our application is by fixing the accountability and making sure it is actually performance oriented and it is KPI bound. And if the system is able to tell how am I moving in the right direction of my progress that I've actually planned, and is there anything that I'm doing wrong, a good asset management solution is what we believe can actually bring the transparency and accountability in the whole scheme of things. I think this is what would actually define a good asset management system in a whole. And what I would like to also highlight is about the 5 key features that actually make an organization a good asset management led organization. And I'm sure the benefits are all known. And we have actually handhold lot of our customers from last 2-3 decades. Like the big names I can actually talk about is the Transport for London or an Amtrak or whether airport authorities or highway authorities. We have handled them in transitioning them into a asset management led organizations to lead the benefits or reap the benefits of a good solution that we have talked about. And at every stage we have been able to transition them and been able to transition their processes, transition their systems, and transition their people also from time to time. I think that's one of the important way that we actually co-journey them along with them is what we have gone through, and we are happy to be associated with the Indian authorities as well. And of course, these are the benefits I've already talked about. It helps in maintenance, operation, in automation, in compliance, and ensuring that we actually save. Just to talk about the numbers, what we have achieved over the past, we have been able to transform about 50% of our UK rail fleet into a good management paradigm. We have been able to make sure that 15% of the savings that we are able to bring in terms of the energy consumptions, we have been able to make sure that reduce the maintenance costs by 20%. And these are all numbers and not we talking about it, our clients are talking about it. And the research is available on the net for all of us to talk about. And more importantly, the productivity enhancements have been happening about 15%. So I think this is what we have achieved through this solution. And I'm not here to just to talk about our solution, but I think I'm trying to push through need for a good asset management system. And if you're able to drive good asset management system, it would transform the organization into a different paradigm altogether. And these are the list of clients at whom we have actually serviced, and we take pride and they take pride being associated with us. And that's how we have co-journeyed them. And coming to the solution, what we're talking about, this solution, the core of the solution is not ours. We actually, we believe in collaboration, and in whether we are implementing a signaling solution in Hyderabad, we work with CDAC. When we are working with OMC mining, we are working with Reactor. When we are working with asset management solution, we are working with IBM. What we always believed is we are core domain experts and we are systems experts. And we don't need to be doing everything on our own, and we always collaborated, and we try to bring the best of both the worlds and collaborate and try to create a win-win situation for our customers. And to the core to our solution offering also, we have actually made IBM Maximo stands in the core, but what we have done, we have not stopped there. Like any other asset management solution, we try to build a lot of those middlewares and end applications which actually will make it easy for customer to adopt these applications and start using them. Because most of the time what we realized was a good asset management solution is deployed, but people don't use it. They don't find it customer friendly, and it's not customized to the needs of the customer end user. So every organization have their own needs, and if the same solution not is going to fit all. So we believe in that, and then we have actually been able to create modules very customer specific, and we are able to do that part. And there is a lot of data that actually comes up in different formats for different people, different systems. So one of the important modules that we have is a data loader module, which actually talks across to different systems of different types of devices, bringing in different types of data with different velocities, and we pool them into one common system which the core application understands. And then we actually have this integration module which can integrate with other third-party applications that we have in the ecosystem. We don't undermine the existence of legacy systems. We try to integrate it with that. And then finally, we use the core IBM and try to give you the end result of how you manage your fleet, how you actually manage your property and assets, and how you are actually able to use the mobile apps that we have actually developed to carry out your day-to-day activities and punch the data in and then see how it can actually help you perform your day-to-day operations. And that's the core solution, and we are here to talk about at length during the other times, and we'll be happy to share more details on that part. And these are the key features, and I think IBM Maximo I don't need to talk about because it's a global product and a global company in that case. And I would not, I'm happy to share these more details. We have left the brochures on the tables, and I would like to go more into our case studies of what we have actually done. And this slide talks about how we have been different from what the traditional asset management systems have been trying to do and how we are slightly different. As I told you, we are core domain experts. We understand the railway better and we understand your language. And then more importantly, we understand the systems also better. We are technology people and we understand that, and that's where we try to bring in the synergy at all sides. And of course, we pass through all the different stages. We handhold you at the discovery of your problems. We quantify them and then customize the solution, develop the modules to your needs, and then make sure that we deploy and then we operate to the outcomes. And this is where I would like to spend some time. Amtrak has been one of our big clients, and we have been able to solve some of their major problems in terms of their maintenance challenges and their efficiency challenges that they actually had, and also the safety related things that we have been able to. And the impact, if you see, we have been able to almost like influence about 7,500 users have actually got influenced and have got better in their day-to-day operations in improving their efficiencies. And then more importantly, what it talks about is how we have been able to save a lot of money and so a lot of time for our customers in ensuring that the better services are actually made available and the life of the asset has been enhanced multiple times. So this is one important case study that we would like to share. And we have also worked with Transport for London. Transport for London has 9 different lines that actually operate, and with 4,000 plus different systems and devices that are actually working, and more than thousands of people, 10,000 plus people working. And with the kind of problem statement that we had, we have been able to work with them, handhold them, and upgrade their system from their legacy to our state-of-the-art asset management system. And we have been able to make sure that we have been able to redefine and transform their processes to what they are today. I think this is one of the flagship projects that we have done, and we have almost like 10 plus good asset management stories that we have. But I thought we would actually share these two stories because they are known names across the industry, and I'm happy to talk about this with you all as the time permits for you over the time. So last, most importantly, I think I've already talked about these things. Our USP, what we bring to the table, is our domain expertise combined with our systems knowledge. And second, we actually bring in a lot of these, though the core module is IBM, we try to bring in a lot of comprehension and a lot of customization to the table because we understand the domain better. And more importantly, we are driven by the KPIs and performance orientation. And we sign up for KPIs and not for system deployment. And in fact, that's one of our core challenge that we actually take. So if you don't get benefit, don't pay us. I think that's something that we have always believed in, and we try to go through with that synergy in mind. And being Arcadis and sustainability, we have actually been synonymous, and world across, I think we are now trying to drive our sustainability, planet positive theme is what we have been driving our strategy and performance across. And we try to drive sustainability across with our customers as well. So that's one of our big USPs that we bring to the table, and we help you transition your journeys. We are not here just to give a solution. We also are here to stay with you and work with you towards your sustainability journey. And of course, we have a proven track record. That's one of the big USPs that we come to the table when compared to others in the market. So I think these are the few KPIs, and of course, sustainability. I've already talked about how we reap the benefits of sustainability and how digital can actually help you co-journey your sustainability journey in your own organization, and also help communities save life. I think this is important for all of us too, and we believe in 5 Cs. All our projects, I think we try to drive the customer, company, community, climate, and our colleagues. So I think these are the 5C principle is what we adopt internally to make sure that every project is actually impacting more than 3 of the 5 Cs is what we have always strived for, and we measure our performance, our team's performance only on those 5 Cs internally. I think with that, thank you so much, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. And once again, I thank you, and I hope I've been able to share some of my key learnings and our experience, and would like to look forward to interacting with you all, and if time permits, probably co-journey with you in your works. Thank you so much.